You know what show you're watching.
You know we're here on tour.
Tonight, we're hosting Countdown.
To get to know you more.
Are we?
Tonight, Countdown presents the hottest hosts of the year. The band you've been waiting for, and we've got them, Duran Duran.
The Union of the Snake, and that jumps up the charts this week, but you'll have to wait till the end of the show to find out where exactly it is, but we do have the lads here. Welcome to the show, Countdown.
Hi. Hello.
It's no sense welcome to Australia, been here for so long. Right, listen, first of all, the title of Union of the Snake, Simon. What does it mean? Yes. Well, I mean, the whole song, I guess.
Oh, the Union of the Snake. Well, the Union of the Snake it refers to the union of the snake and the man. And the snake is just like, it symbolises the power and force of the subconscious mind.
Where did you write this song? And where did you get the idea from?
Yeah, well,
I wrote it up.
All right, well, you tell me that.
I don't know.
Roger will tell you
It's
in the mind, you see.
really
It's all in the mind.
yeah.
Very deep. No, I think we wrote that one in Montserrat.
Right.
I was just sort of, you know, looking for ideas. It's been around my mind, isn't it? The actual title. Yeah, it's been around for a long time. So.
Well, I mean, there's always been some weird titles, you know, as far as like, I mean, especially with Police, I suppose Planet Earth was, well, it was a pretty simple title, but sort of had connotations, I guess. But now we've got a really unusual title, which I can't wait to hear the album itself, but Seven and the Ragged Tiger. You haven't got two hidden away or something. There's only five of you. No. Well,
Seven's the most popular number. If you ask anybody, what's
seven, you're right.
If you ask anybody,
I always put it on my
what's your
Tesla
most
tickets.
favourite number? Seven.
I do.
What's your favourite number?
7.
See, there you go.
It's never come up.
So if you've written your countdown with your most favourite number, then you'll stop the song.
Yeah. And how many tracks?
knowing Countdown audiences, they'll all put 5 and 6, but nobody will put 7.
And it was a case of, you know, sounding better than Seven and the Ragged Wombats or something.
Right, exactly. So listen, how many tracks are on the album?
9.
Actually, I'd like to say 7, but there's
9, right? And there's 6 pillars behind there, which is the stage setting.
We've got a spare.
We've got a spare, right?
Getting so conceptual these days.
Now listen, you, John, would you, tell me exactly as far as what was it like? Number one, why did you pick Australia for recording?
I think, you know, probably because we've been around the world a couple of times, and we thought about where we'd like to go to mix the album, and we were originally going to go to Nassau in the Bahamas, and we decided we didn't want another place like that. We wanted somewhere that was happening and we could have a good time, so we decided to come to here.
We've sort of started a flood now. I mean, whereas Australian groups tend to want to mix over in New York and that, you've sort of reversed the situation, because I believe now there are a couple of groups coming out here. Ultravox, I think, are coming out to do some stuff out here. And also Iron Maiden are coming out.
Are they really? It seemed, when we first thought about it, it seemed so impractical, didn't we? I mean, we said, there's no way, it's too far away. And then we actually went into it, and it did seem feasible.
And so, you know, took into account that we could start off touring here and everything like that. I mean, it is a really good place to be working on music, because there's so much new things happening here. There's so many new bands, there's so many people who are really enthusiastic about music here.
Right, now looking forward to the tour?
Yes,
back on the road again?
Yeah.
It's been a while. And what can we look forward to on the tour? Is it like all the old songs?
All the old songs, all the new songs, and, and perhaps a different songs. We usually do a cover version of something.
Well, listen, you can explain it all. You're carrying the show for the rest of the show, hosting it, yes. Yes, that should be wonderful. So listen, I guess we might as well go out, or start off, I was going to say go out, it's not time to finish. Start off with a guy who I call Frankie Valli of the 80s, and that's your cue, Nick.
This is my cue to go. Come on down. Tonight's first contestant for Countdown, it's Billy Joel with Uptown Girl.
All right.
Right. That was The Expression with a song called Total Eclipse. And in fact, I think, Simon, you saw The Expression while we were in Sydney.
Yeah, I saw them at the Tivoli. They played a good set. The sound was fantastic. I was really impressed by that. I've heard that there's not many good places for bands to play in Sydney at the moment.
Yeah, but all the same, we've been listening to a lot of Australian bands while we've been here. And one band in particular, which we really like, was a band called The Little Heroes, who in fact have got their second album out on EMI at the moment, and they'll be coming on tour with us. So everybody make sure they get there on time to see them, because they're really good.
Right. Okay. On with the show. Right now, we're going to see a clip by Olivia Newton-John. She's got John Travolta in the clip. It comes from the film Two of a Kind. It's the hit single, and it's called A Twist of Fate.
left my sex with only thinking.
This is the Horton Pavilion, and normally you'll see John McEnroe knocking the balls about.
But we're rehearsing here for our world tour, which takes us to England, America, Japan, and God knows where else.
The moon, you name it. Takes us up until April, I think.
Yeah, April next year, yeah.
But in the meantime, the next song that you're going to... Image Limited, song which was top 5 in the UK, I think.
Yeah.
We've been here so long, I don't know what's going on there, but it's good to see he's still making records. And since the Sex Pistols, he's going to be touring. It's the first time they've toured. I think they're even coming here.
Yeah, and this is it. It's called This Is Not a Love Song.
And it just goes to show Public Image Limited, the sweet you can eat between meals. But I wouldn't advise it.
Now that was Public Image Limited, called This Is Not a Love Song from their Live in Tokyo album. And now we're just going to have a little chat to you about what's coming on our album. It's called Seven and the Ragged Tiger, and we recorded it in Montserrat and put the finishing touches to it here and mixed it here in Sydney in a studio called 301.
That's where we did it.
And we were there for a couple of months sorting things out. Things turned out very well, really. I think it was good for us to come here to have a new environment to do our album, because the last two we did in England, and it's sort of unusual for English bands to come over to Australia to do things, but apparently there's a few more bands coming out here now, so...
That's right, we changed all that, didn't we? Yeah. Tour.
The tour, yeah.
The tour. You gonna come see us on tour?
That's the next thing. Sort of now we've got the album out of the way. I think, as John and Roger had said earlier, the tour starts this week, and we're kicking off in Canberra, and then from there moving on to Sydney, where we're playing the Entertainment Centre. So we look forward to seeing you all there.
Yeah, come and see us in Sydney, come and see us in Brisbane, come and see us in Adelaide, and come and see us in Perth. Right now, you're going to hear from Cold Chisel. Now, they're heading towards their farewell concert. That's in December. Their record's gone from number 21 to 14 this week, and it makes absolutely no sense.
And that was Pseudo Echo with Listening, and we're in the Holden Pavilion about to rehearse.
Bad start rehearsing. You tuned up now, aren't you? Yeah, that sounds about normal. Yeah. But anyway,
Film clips.
Film clips, indeed.
You're going to tell everybody about the importance of film clips.
Well, yes, I was. I mean, we've always put a lot of importance on our film clips, and we've done things in Sri Lanka, Antigua, places like that. Everybody's seen. Michael Jackson has just spent $500,000 on a clip for Thriller, and apparently, if you've seen it all, or you think you've seen it all, you haven't, because you're just about to see the new Paul McCartney and Michael Jackson. His new single, it's called Say, Say, Say. Take a look at this.
Thanks, Gavin. So there you go, third week at #1 for that Rasta Rabbi Buddhist Lizard Boy Georgian Culture Club with Karma Chameleon.
That's a bit much. Listen, seriously, about Boy George, with all his fashion and everything else like that, he, like yourselves, has seemed to survive that fashion thing that seems to be prevalent in England, where, you know, I mean, like, there's the fashion and the music, and then it simply becomes old hat sort of thing. You survived.
So he has got a very old hat,
actually. It's about time you had a new one, isn't it?
Yes, exactly. and Boy George seems to have done that.
Yeah, yes, he's done very well for himself.
All right, now
Good
listen,
on you, boy.
You're about to commence your rehearsals for this long-awaited tour. I thought your visas had run out by now. You've been here for so long.
Actually, you weren't supposed to mention that.
No, do you know, it's become really strange. I mean, like, we've always had this inferior complex about, like, Olivia Newton-John and AC/DC and the Bee Gees always being referred to, when they have all this fame, as being either an English group or something like that, right? Now we're finding it, with Duran Duran being in Australia for so long, that Americans are saying that Australian group from having a wonderful hit with them.
From Birmingham, New South Wales.
Dead set. Now listen, the other thing that worries me is you gave the tour dates before. I mean, I'm throwing a party for you in Melbourne. I mean, do you mean to say you're not coming to Melbourne?
Oh, well, I thought we'd save the best bit till last. We are, in fact, going to be playing 3 shows.
2 shows.
2 shows.
22nd and 23rd at Meldrum.
Right.
The Entertainment Centre.
Well, it should be fun.
Mystic information.
It should be fun.
It's going to be fun, yeah.
That's the party. What's the concert going to be like?
Quick.
All right, well, listen, thanks for doing the show. Well, listen, we're going out tonight with Prediction, and the prediction is Billy Idol with Dancing With Myself. Right. Now, this has come under a few censorship problems because of the film clip, and sometimes we do have to censor films like it was on film. No, that one happened. Well, no, there was a nicer version of that. Well, there's a nicer version of this. No, I'm not. He is. No, the only thing is. The only thing is that some people did get upset with White Wedding, and I do notice on your list. Yes, I do. It's got White Wedding. Is it the same one? Do you think? No. If it is the same one, I'm going to throw eggs at you. All right, it's time to say goodnight.
We'll wear raincoats.
So I say goodnight. And
Good night. Good night. Good night, Australia.
And here is Billy Idol with Dancing with Myself. And with this lot, you might as well dance with
Good night. Good night.
Good night. Cheerio. Toodaloo. Bye-bye.
Good night.
Don't have an accent.